Hey guys, welcome back to some more Magic the Gathering. Today we're going to be playing with the deck I like to call Burn It Down. It's one of my favorite decks and I have a lot of fun playing it, so I'm happy to share it with you guys. First things first, we've got one blue for scry 1, draw a card. As I've said a million times, I'll say it again. It is so good, I put it in every single blue deck. Perfect. We've got one blue and we've got 2 Stern Dismissals, which is return target creature enchantment and opponent controls to its owner's hand. This is very useful if they've got something that you need to take care of, but you can't really do anything about it. Like, for instance, if they have something like Johnny's Pridemate, which gets a +1/+1 counter every time an opponent gains life. This means that, like, if you want to take it out, you can Stern Dismissal it, and then when they play it again, it'll go back down to being a 2/2 instead of being like a 12/12 or whatever they had it at. We've got Shock. This is 4 of them. I just like this artwork more. For 1 red, Shock deals 2 damage to any target. Very simple, works into the theme of this deck. Next, we've got, for 1 red, Spikefall Hazard. Spikefall Hazard deals 1 damage to any target. If a permanent dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. We've also got Spikefall Cave, enters battlefield tap, and you can tap it to add 1 red mana. It's good, it's versatile, but you don't want to have a lot of them in your deck, because having lands enter tapped in this deck can be very, very dangerous, because it slows you down just so much that it can be really detrimental if you have too many of them. We've got Frantic Inventory. For 1 and a blue, draw a card, then draw cards equal to the number of cards named Frantic Inventory in your graveyard. Very simple. First time you play it, draw 1. Second time you play it, draw 2. It can get up to drawing 4, but usually you only have to draw 2 or 3 cards off it. Very simple, pretty good. Next, we've got Electrostatic Field. For 1 and a blue, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Electrostatic Field deals 1 damage to each opponent, which means that once you get this out, basically everything you do in this entire deck is dealing damage, and that's just so incredibly useful. Next, we've got 4 Royal Eruptions. For 1 and a red, it says Royal Eruption deals 3 damage to any target, or if you want to pay 5 mana, you can deal 5 damage. You usually wouldn't do it, but it's good to have versatility. I don't think I've ever really used it, but it's better than just having deal 3 damage. Thermo Alchemist. For 1 and a red, it's got Defender, it's a 0/3, but it's got tap. Thermo Alchemist deals 1 damage to each opponent. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, untap Thermo Alchemist. So it's the same as something like Electrostatic Field, but you don't have to have a spell to use it. It untaps regularly, which can be good, but since it's a 0/3, it's a strange thing, but I would recommend it. It's very good. We've got 2 Goblin Electromancers. For a blue and a red, instants and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less. You might want to take it out. Some people like it, some people don't. I've got mixed feelings about it. That's why I only have 2 in there. Finally, we've got Gutter Snipe. For 2 and a red. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Gutter Snipe deals 2 damage to each opponent. Amazing. Gutter Snipe helps you out so much, because if you get like 2 of them out with an Electrostatic Field, you basically every single attack deals 5 damage, which means you only have to play 4 spells, and then it's GG. Very good, very powerful, very useful. We've got Light Up the Stage. For 2 and a red. It's got Spectacle. For 1 red, exile up to 2 cards of your library. Until end of next turn, you may play those cards. Spectacle is this. It happens in this and Skewer the Critics. You can cast it for a Spectacle cost if you deal damage this turn, which means it's very, very good, because as long as you've dealt damage this turn, you can essentially draw 2 cards for 1 mana. Very, very powerful. Great in late game. Finally, Skewer the Critics. It's got Spectacle as well for 1, and it's Skewer the Critics deals 3 damage to any target. It does cost 3 naturally, but generally you're going to be able to get off a Shock or a Royal Eruption or just something from Thermo Alchemist or Spikefall Hazard that's enough to deal damage, and so it's usually very, very good. And even deal 3 damage for 3 isn't terrible. The rest is just lands. See you when match starts. Peace. We're starting out against Nadif Uger. Probably pronounced that entirely wrong, but ooh, that's a nice hand. So we've got 2 lands, which usually you want more, but with this deck, you've kind of got low enough mana cost, so you don't entirely need to do that. Here's the thing, I could go for Op, but that's an extra 2 damage with Gutter Snipe. I think we've got Light Up the Stage, so I think it's worth it to do it. If we didn't have Light Up the Stage, I probably wouldn't have done it, but I think it's definitely worth it. Yeah, because we're getting Thermo Alchemist now. We're going to be able to deal at minimum 2 damage with him, because we're going to play him and then get some damage off and play him, do stuff, and I think it's very much worth it to do that. The only thing that with this deck that can be annoying is it's hard to know when you should play your cards and when you shouldn't, because while your cards are very useful like Opt, right? They're also your ammunitions. You kind of have to judge, do I have enough cards that I can afford to use this preemptively, or do I want to save it and lose a bit of value, like turn-wise? But, oh, I think we're going to have to go with the Royal Ruffian. But I get to do this, and I get to do, but I get to deal the extra damage, right? So, but I think that was definitely worth it, because the Thermo Alchemist deals just, whoa, sorry. I don't know if you guys saw that, but my screen just froze. But like we've already dealt 1 damage. Next turn we're probably gonna play Shock and like light up the stage, You're the Critics, bunch of stuff, and that's gonna mean that Thermo Alchemist is gonna untap, and then we get to untap him again. And I think that's the thing about this deck. It's very, very good because you utilize the cards in such a way that basically no matter what way you play it, as long as you're pretty good at this deck, you're dealing pretty good. But the only problem is if they can kill you before you get your setup down, you're kind of screwed, because this deck is built to where you do like you set up your entire thing and then you kill them in a couple turns, right? You're like, oh, I've got my Gutter Snap, I've got my Thermo Alchemist, I've got my second Gutter Snap, I've got this, I got that, I got this. Boom, play this, play this, play this, play this, play this, good game, right? And so when you can't do that, it becomes a big problem. So we are running low on lands, which I don't, oh shoot, I should activate ability first. All right, do that, untap him, do that, then activate this ability. I would light up the stage, but I don't think we're gonna have the mana to play those cards, so I think we're just gonna have to go Skewer the Critics, Spectacle, do this, do that, all right, boom, boom, boom. Then we activate Thermo Alchemist. He's down to 7 mana. This is so good. Wait. Yeah. We can attack with Gutter Snipe safely. As long as they don't have anything boost. Yeah. So, next turn, as long as we draw into a burn spell, we should be good. Because all my burn spells deal at least 2 damage, right? And so we Thermo Alchemist. We don't even need to have them deal 2 damage. Even if... Oh... Destroy spells really mess this deck, damn it. But we can go Thermo Alchemist, activate ability, do that, light up the stage, Spectacle, come on. Damn it, I think we're gonna have to go for Swiftwater. We activate this ability, hit him again, we go Frantic Inventory, we draw 2. Oh yeah, we only draw 1, alright. But we should be able to survive until next turn. Just get me something like a burn spell or something, and as long as they can't, we should be good because they're only at 2 life now. Damn it, he's tapping my Thermo Alchemist. That's not good. Ugh. This is really annoying. But we've still got quite a bit of time. What is the deal with me just drawing lands? Alright, come on. I can draw something, anything. As long as we draw a burn spell in the next, like, 2 turns, we should be good, unless they have to heal, which I hope they don't. But it looks like, yeah. So we are going to be able to untap Thermo Alchemist this untap step. So as long as we can deal like 1 extra damage, we're good, and we should be able to do that. Yeah, Goblin Connector, block this. Okay, we go down to 13. Oh my god, what the actual hell? Okay, damn it. As long as they don't kill me this turn, we win. So they've got 8 damage. We should survive on 1 health if my math is correct. He's the only one that's got flying, so if need be, I can block Dragon Turtle with Goblin Electromancer, and then take them out with Thermo Alchemist. And even if they take out Thermo Alchemist, we should still be able to take them out as long as we don't draw another goddamn land. Okay, damn it, they took out Thermo Alchemist. That's scary. But we're not gonna draw like that many lands in a row, right? That would be insane. That'd be ridiculous. Come on. Just draw something. Are you kidding me? Ugh. We can... God damn it. Okay, we have another turn. That's good. We've got 1 more turn to do this. They can deal 7 damage, but I can block 3 of that. So we should be able to survive as long as... Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's 7. do this. We block like that. What is the deal? Are you kidding me? Oh. Alright, yeah. As you guys can see, this deck is amazing unless you have literal dog shit luck. Like, half of my deck is burn spells and things that let you burn, and it couldn't do anything. He had the most perfect luck in this entire game. Literally, if he had drawn this spell 1 turn later, would have lost the game. If he had drawn this spell 1 turn later, would have lost the game. If he had drawn like literally any of these even slightly out of order, I would have won the game. But of course I don't draw another goddamn land. Ugh. How many turns? I'm gonna have to look back, because that was like 5 turns that I just only drew land. Ugh. And weirdly enough, despite the fact that I lost, you do see how powerful this deck is, because even with that dog shit luck, I still got them down to like 1 health, which is pretty freaking good. Alright, see you guys next max. Hopefully next time we don't draw 15 lands in a row. Peace out. Hey guys, welcome back to match 2. We're going to be facing Havoc Butterfly. It is okay, but I think I'm going to have to mulligan it. Alright, we do this. I think we're just going to throw away from our inventory. I think that we're going to be able to do this as long as they don't have anything crazy. My problem is, I don't know. It depends on what I draw, right? Because if I draw something really good, I just don't know if I should play odd. Oh, come on. Don't tell me. Alright, so it seems like they aren't AFK, they're just doing that. I think I actually like drawing Swiftwater Cliff because it doesn't give me the option to play off. And I don't know, even though it would probably be advantageous to play off, I really want to get that extra damage that Gutter Snipes gives you from Opt. Because it's so useful for cards with Spectate. Very weird. I've never gotten 3 shocks at the same turn before. But I really hope I get something else, because that can just boost your damage so much if we've got like an extra Thermo, Electromancer, or Electrostatic Field. But if I just play Gutter Snipe and then pump the rest out, I'd be happy with that too. Why is he taking so long to play Islands? Okay, I guess. Alright, my turn? This is so strange. Alright, we've got Electrostatic Field, so we can play that next turn. Hopefully we draw into either something good or a land. Last game I was fucking drawing lands every single turn. Now I'm like out of lands. But 3 lands isn't the end of the world, because of how inexpensive all the cards in my decks are. I should still be pretty good on lands. But as long as I'm not totally screwed over, we're good. Don't like how many flying guys they have, but they shouldn't be able to take me out before I can take them out as long as I draw anything good. But it is scary because I don't really have much that can deal with flying. Generally with flying decks, I just try and take them out before they can take me out. Alright, we've got the mountain, so we play Electrostatic Field. I think, obviously we play Opt first, in case we draw into anything we want to be able to play it. Play Opt, we deal 3 damage to them, and I really hope we opt into something good, because I don't know what we can do if I don't. Okay, Shock, that's 5 damage. Give me a second. Okay, yeah, so as long as they don't destroy any of my guys, we win next turn. That's the beauty of this deck. It's just so incredibly broken, and you just have to, sometimes you don't realize it, right? But then you count up your damage and you're like, oh, they're at 12 health, and next turn they're gonna die. That's how embarrassingly broken this deck is. Because once you get it set up, it's basically GG. It is quite weak to decks that have like a ridiculous amount of like destroy spells, but unless they have a bounce spell in their hand, it's good game. I don't like how many cards they just drew there. Let's just hope that they play something with flying or just don't have anything to play. If they do, it's gonna be... Alright, play Shock, deal 5 damage. We're about to deal 15 damage in 1 turn. 1 turn! And we barely even have... We have a 2-2 and a 0-3. That's the ridiculous thing about this deck. And it's also just because that's why it's so good to hold these cards up to your chest, because with a game like this, right, they don't realize how good it is, because they're like, oh, he's got some stuff out, but he can't really do anything. But since they can't see your hand, they don't know, like, oh, I need to take out this guy. I need to take out their gutter snipe with their electrostatic field for a lose game. And you can just win out of nowhere. And it's, in person, it's amazing, because you just see their soul, like, leave their body, because they go from, like, 15 health to losing the game in one turn. But even on here, it's such a blast when you can just absolutely pop off in one turn and take them out with no warning. So much fun. Alright, guys, be ready for game 3. Peace out. Ooh, this is nice. We're gonna be facing Bawez? I don't know who the hell you pronounce his name. But this is good. We've got Electrostatic Field, we've got Gutter Snipe, we've got Royal Eruption, we've got Goblin Electromancer. I don't know if we want to really do anything with that, but it's pretty good to have in your hand. Having both Electrostatic Field and Gutter Snipe out of the gate, primo. We've also got Skewer the Critics, which is good. I think we're just gonna go build off Electrostatic Field, Gutter Snipe, and then, I don't like Knight of the Ebony Legion, because you can just throw so fast. But, I think we have a good enough hand that we can just deal with that stuff when it comes up, because next turn, I really hope we draw into one more thing, because if we draw into another Gutter Snipe or another Electrostatic Field, we basically win the game. But, if we don't, it could be a dicey situation. That's the annoying thing about the Knight of the Ebony Legion, is that even though I can take him out, I have to be careful, because he can pay 3 and then boost it to +3/+3, and it gains Death Touch, which just ruins your entire strategy. But for some reason, he decided not to. That's weird. I don't know why you wouldn't want 3 extra damage. And what's the extra ability? He would get a +1/+1 counter, but I don't know. That's actually very good for us, because Frantic Inventory and Swift Water Cave we can't really do much with. I think we go Opt to just see if we can do anything. And it'll take down Skewer the Critic's cost. We do this. Draw. Oh, damn it, don't make me Mana Screwed again. Actually, no, not even Mana Screwed. The opposite of Mana Screwed. I don't know, Mana Gifted? I think I'm going to save Stern's Missile for when Knight of the Ebony Legion becomes more dangerous. I think we're going to have to go Skewer the Critics, Spectacle, here. But we can Royal Eruption and kick it for 5 and then deal 5 damage. Okay, wait. So if I play this, it will deal 3 damage. They'll go down to 9. And if I play Royal Eruption, I don't like it, but I think it's definitely worth it, because it gets us way closer to them. Oh, they conceded. I was doing all the math in my head. I was like, what do we have to get to win? What do we have to do this? Do we have to do that? I mean, that's the thing I love about this deck, is that it's just so powerful. And you just pop off immediately. And a lot of the time, especially in person, it's so much fun to just bluff your opponent out, because if they see you deal like 15 damage in one turn, they're like, I'm just gonna scoop. I don't care enough to keep on playing this game. So even if your hand's like all lands or all cards you just cannot use, it's just so much fun, because you can just bluff the hell out of them, and they never know. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. I had a blast doing it. If you want to, I can post the deck list, and peace out. See ya.